Hello, my name is Thomas-Troupe. I am a dietetic graduate student at Eastern Illinois University. Today's presentation is Schein's Organizational Cultural Model Theory. The purpose of this presentation is to inform you about organizational culture and the different levels of culture and subcultures within the organization and the effects on an organization. During this presentation, I will talk about Edgar Schein, define and discuss the different levels of organizational culture, list some advantages and disadvantages involved with organizational culture, and give a brief summary. Edgar Schein. Edgar Schein was born March 5th, 1927. He has a PhD in social psychology. He is a professor emeritus at Mid-Sloan School of Management. He is also well known for his organizational culture model. Schein is a fellow with the American Psychological Association and the Academy of Management. Over his career, he has various awards. Uh, I list the most previous awards. He's received the Distinguished Scholar Practitioner Award of the Academy of Management in 2009. The Distinguished Scholar Practitioner Award is one of four Lifetime Career Achievements awards presented at the Academy of Management's annual meeting each year. Over the course of a career, the Distinguished Scholar Practitioner Award recipient will have made significant contributions in one or more of the following areas: successful application of theory or research in practice, and or contributed to the knowledge through extraction of learning from practice. They would have authored scholarly works which have substantially affected the practice of management. There is an integration of research and practice, and their work will be respected by peers, both practitioner and academic. Schein developed a model to explain the basic elements of culture by looking at the organization's core values. So, what is organizational culture? Northouse defines culture as the learned beliefs, values, rules, norms, symbols, and traditions that are common to a group of people. Schein states organizational culture is hard to define because it is open to more than one interpretation. He also states that culture is learned over a period as the group works through problems eternally. This culture is also passed on to new employees as the correct way to do business and resolve problems. This is an example of the levels of culture within the Schein's organizational theory. It is also referred to as the iceberg model because of the third level is hidden. The levels are labeled as artifacts, espoused values, and underlying assumptions. We will discuss each of these levels in more detail in the next slide. The three levels of culture: observable artifacts. This is what is seen on the surface. Artifacts includes office design, the business dress code, and the use of technology. It is the first thing you see when entering an organization. It is also the first impression that the company wants you to see and believe about the company, such as being friendly, or the company is very prosperous, or this is a historic building. Espoused values are the morals and values of the organization. These are less visible. This would include the organization's mission statement and the rules that lead the company. Basic underlying assumptions. These are the invisible, taken for granted beliefs and values. Basic underlying assumptions are the core of the organization. It is deep-rooted beliefs on how the work gets done, such as one and done when processing claims, or in the prison system, it was always do your 8, hit the gate. These can also cause a problem in the organization because they are invisible and not dealt with in the open. Per Schein, culture is established within these 3 levels. While Schein's triangle model representation of the levels of culture is visually appealing, Yeoman's comparison of Schein's organizational model to an onion would be a better metaphor. Think about it. Each onion peel would represent the layers of a culture that forms the entire culture of the organization. When you peel back the layers, you get to the heart of the company and how it functions. Within each culture, there are subcultures. The subcultures consist of the operator culture, the engineering culture, and the executive culture. The operator culture is the internal cultures that are formed based off previous operational success. They are also based on human interactions. This culture learns that high level of communication, trust, and teamwork gets work done efficiently. They also have an understanding that they have to be prepared to use innovational skills in unpredictable situations. This would be the core office personnel will fall under the operator culture. Under the engineering culture, this is what drives the core technology. This culture prefers a technical routine and automation to reduce human error. It is preoccupied with design systems that require minimum human interactions. The engineering culture would consist of your IT, who solves all of the corporation's computer problems and system issues, or even your design team. The executive culture uh, consists of management and CEOs. They see people as resources that generate problems. It views relationships as a mean to an end, and the main goal of the executive culture is to maintain the organization's financial health. Now, there are disadvantages of organizational culture. These would consist of communication, lack of teamwork, loss of profit, and high employee turnover. Miscommunication can come about when each department have their own communication language, and that language is not relatable in other departments. Think about it. The CEO and the engineering cultures see operators as a liability, and operators require funds from the CEO culture, and they require technology advancements from the engineering culture to work efficiently, but they do not have their support because they don't under the CEO and the engineers don't understand the needs of the operators. Miscommunication can lead to lack of teamwork. Lack of teamwork can cause departments to work against management goals. And because the departments are working with individual goals or against each other, it leads to a loss of profit. And this leads to a high employee turnover because employees are not satisfied with the job uh, atmosphere. When there's a misalignment between the 3 cultures, frustration, low productivity, and fewer innovations is the result. Now, the advantages to organizational culture is efficiency, increased profits, decreased employee turnover, and loyalty and commitment. When working in efficiency, the team readily communicates between the departments. This ease of communication increases profits are seen because problems are easily identified and resolved. This decreases employee turnover because of employee satisfaction. And loyalty and commitment are received from employees because they believe in the company's mission and vision and will do anything to support the company. Now let's look at some strengths and weaknesses of organizational culture. Now, a strength is that it fosters communication and commitment and cooperation. A strong organizational culture fosters clear communication and cooperation between departments. There is a commitment to uphold the values of the organization. And in a weak organizational culture, there are many subcultures and inconsistencies. A weak culture creates various subcultures that work for individual goals and produces inconsistencies. What the company looks like on the surface does not match the mission statement and the rules established by the company. For example, the motto on the website is a business of caring, but employees are rude on the phones with customers and do not file invoices on time. This doesn't look like a business of caring. One critique about the organizational model is that Schein does not address external factors such as personal influence, as in different cultural backgrounds and personal beliefs that may influence the culture of an organization. What is right or wrong varies from person to person. So, in summary, organizational culture is the norms, beliefs, and values of a common group, and these vary in every organization. There are three levels of culture. These include the articles, the values, and the assumptions, and these too will vary in every organization. Subcultures exist within cultures. These can cause a company to either succeed or to fail. Registered dietitians' organizational cultures are developed from similar worldviews and they have shared assumptions derived from having a common educational background and license requirements. So what does these three culture levels of culture look like for RDNs? Well, think of observational artifacts. A client will assess whether they will return for a follow-up visit based on the atmosphere of the office, how they are greeted in the room, this is verbal language, and how knowledgeable the RDN is about their conditions. The exposed value looks like the mission statement of the company an RDN works for, or the motto that guides how each patient will be treated. Think of the motto as meet the clients where they are. And the basic underlying assumption of RDNs are superior to nutritionists. RDNs will have to work in various subcultures consisting of doctors, nurses, and other specialty fields. A strong organizational culture, the norms, beliefs, values, and basic assumptions is important to our RDNs because it will affect the care he or she is able to give to clients. The culture of the organization will also determine how RDNs are treated in the workplace as well as how they treat others. Thank you so much for taking time to view this presentation. I hope that you were able to gather something from this presentation that will help you in your organization. Have a great day.